Hello and welcome to another episode of ReelTV. I am Connor Smith.
I'm Rachel Hine.
And today we got a good show coming up. First of all, Oscar season is obviously, it's coming up.
Very soon.
Birdman, Gone Girl, Whiplash, all these movies are coming out and that's great. But one thing is that I feel like there are so many great movies that came out before this point.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that a lot of them are going to be buried underneath
We don't want to forget
the
about
Oscar.
them.
Yeah, and I just want to give them the love that they deserve before they get trumped by all these big award movies, which is great because obviously who is not excited for that? But so first off, Enemy. There's this movie called Enemy that I am in love with. I think I've watched it 4 times, and I cannot get it out of my head. I cannot get it out of my head. So yeah, we're going to kind of be going through our favorite movies from the beginning of the year through this point.
Right.
A lot of good stuff. So first off, Enemy. It's this little film with Jake Gyllenhaal and Dennis Villeneuve directed it. He directed Prisoners.
Okay.
And it's just mind-blowing. It's confusing as heck the first time I watched it. I did not understand any of it. But the more, it's just so intriguing, and it's almost addicting. It's like, until I understand this movie, I can't do anything. And that's the same with Under the Skin, which is this other movie that I am in love with. With Scarlett Johansson. And she plays this alien who comes to Earth, and she sort of, along the way, both of these films are so dense and so deep, and I just don't want to say anything about them, or else for fear of completely ruining them.
No spoilers.
But both these movies are just so good, and I just cannot get them out of my head. So Under the Skin and Enemy, those are my top 2 of the year so far. Yeah. I just am in love with them.
Those trailers looked really good. They looked really promising.
Both of them have really good scores too. And Jonathan Glazer, I think, directed Under the Skin, if I'm not mistaken. Both of them are beautifully shot. Just great movies.
I should watch.
And they're both addicting. They're both you watch them once, and the first time you're like, wait, hold on a minute. But then they're just addicting movies. So what else? Did you see any great ones this year?
I saw Boyhood. I really, really, really liked Boyhood a lot. It's IFC Films, and they filmed it over the course of 12 years, which I thought was so interesting to see how the characters changed and grew up over 12 years. And I know that I saw it with my sister, who thought that it was too long, but I thought that everything that was in there was perfect. I thought that you needed that to see the transition. I liked being able to see the 12 years. I liked the idea of how the little sister is nagging him and then grows up in the very end, and it's they have this nice relationship with each other, and I really thought that it was very, very, very well done. And when you go to the theater and you say, you know what, this is filmed over 12 years, it could either be too much or it could be really cool. I thought that they did it in a great way, and I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah, it was a big risk. I mean, how many problems could you have had with the actors? But
actors, money, everything.
Mm-hmm. I love Richard Linklater, who directed the Before trilogy, which is one of my favorite trilogies of all time. Ethan Hawke and Patricia Arquette were so good in that movie. I literally, the first time I saw it twice. The first time I saw it, I really liked it, and I understood, and it was obviously a great experience of a movie.
Right.
But the second time I saw it, I was really genuinely moved by it.
Yeah.
In a different way than when I first saw it, which is kind of weird because I knew what was going to happen, and I knew.
You expected
But the scene, spoiler alert, where he leaves for college.
That scene, I cried. I cried.
I got really emotional. I was very moved by it. And the thing I love about Boyhood, more so, I love how the scenes in the film, it really praises this ordinary life, and it really finds meaning in those ordinary moments in life. And it's not the first time you had sex and your school
There wasn't
prom.
Any
huge
big moments.
Yeah.
But that's what made me like it, was the fact that there wasn't any, you were waiting for the big
That's
thing.
what I was expecting the first time, and maybe that's why I liked it a lot more the second time.
But it was all the little things adding up to be the big thing, which I thought was really
going camping with your father, or when you have that talk with your teacher, his art teacher, who has the big impact, or photography teacher. Just an incredible experience.
Yeah.
And probably I love that movie. It's
I
just
agree.
obviously everyone's talked about it a lot, but
And you wanted to go into like Snowpiercer.
yeah, there have been a lot of really good thrillers this year. Snowpiercer is one of my favorites. It stars Chris Evans, and it takes place on this train in like a post-apocalyptic snowy snow world. I don't know. Like it's all frozen winters, frozen over. And sort of the rich live on the front of the train in this lavish, live this lavish lifestyle. The back, who Chris Evans is with, and Jamie Bell and a couple other people, they live in squalor in the back of the train. And it's about these poor people fighting their way toward the front of the train, and they obviously can't get off the train or else they'll freeze to death and die. And it's just so good. It's so unique. The action is so good. I love this movie. And it's one of those movies that you start, and the first 10 minutes, it's just, what is this? But then like, it ends. And it's like one of the quickest movies of the year because it moves so fast, it's thrilling. Tilda Swanson plays one of the people in the front of the train, one of the ho-hum bad guys. Yeah. And she's hilarious. She camps it up. Also, a couple other thrillers I really like. This one revenge thriller called Blue Ruin that's really good. And this other thriller with Jesse Eisenberg called Night Moves. It's sort of about these environmentalists who blow up a bridge or a dam,
right?
And sort of what happens after that. And both those films really surprised me. They're actually really quiet, almost Hitchcock in the way that they build, but I loved both of them. All three of them. Talking about all these great movies. What other ones did we say?
Let's not forget Lego Movie and Grand Budapest.
Lego Movie was great. Best kids movie of the year so far. Hilarious.
I really wanted to see it. I never went to see it, but I really, really want. I was that kid that always played with Legos until they were like 14 years old.
And part of the reason why it's so good, because like we grew up with Legos, right. And then just seeing a whole movie dedicated to them is great. And Chris Pratt is great, Elizabeth Banks is great, and Morgan Freeman steals the movie. I will lend you my copy. This movie is so good.
I need to see it.
Last movie of the year is called it's the Wes Anderson, also hilarious, Grand Budapest Hotel. Just hilarious movie, so well shot. His name is slipping me. This is gonna bug me. The main character in it. He played Voldemort. Does anyone know?
I don't know.
Oh, do you know? Oh crap. Oh, I forget. But he's great. I can't believe this is slipping my mind. He's great. Owen Wilson's in it. He's not very prominent in it. My mind is blanking right now because I cannot remember his name. But great movie, and the boy in it is great. The music's great. Just one of his better movies in recent memory. I like it a lot more than Moonrise Kingdom, and I like that one too. But
good. All promising movies.
Yeah. Stay tuned for news, and then when we come back, we're going to talk a couple summer blockbusters and foreign films too. So stay tuned.
All right, welcome back to ReelTV. My name is Gabe Cohen.
I'm Adam Murray.
And I'm Kaan and Adam.
And right now we're going to discuss some news in the entertainment industry.
Some exciting news.
Very exciting.
I have the first story. Okay, Avengers 2.
Love the trailer.
It came out. It was pretty
kind
incredible.
of scared because I don't know where it's going with because it just seemed a little depressing. Like a lot of bad stuff was going to happen.
Absolutely, they're fighting amongst each other. Is one thing I definitely noticed.
Yeah, it just
Iron
seems
Man.
like it's a whole different aspect of the first one was so fun, and then this one's kind of like
absolutely.
This is not going to be that.
Who was the voice of Ultron? Was it James
Spader?
James Spader. Love that guy
Because he's in the Blacklist.
Robotic. Yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah. That was really good. But the interesting part was that
definitely see the trailer.
Wasn't there original plan or original intention to show it during Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Mm-hmm. But then someone
didn't work out.
Yeah, I think someone leaked it. Mm-hmm. Well, someone didn't leak it, but then Marvel's just like.
And then they decided to go with it.
Well, do you see the tweet? The tweet said like, "Damn it, Hydra" or something, which was really funny.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, and our next story. The Lego Movie 2 is being written by Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who wrote the first one, and they're also responsible for the 21 and 22 Jump Street movies. Mm-hmm. So I think that means it's going to be hilarious. A lot of good jokes.
See,
a lot of good humor.
How could you not like the first Lego movie?
I love it.
Seriously.
It's a great animated movie.
Anyone who's actually seen that movie, Lego
Chris
movie,
Pratt I'm sure he'll be
fell
back.
in love with it on the spot because we all grew up with Legos, and I know I did. I played those things
They hurt my
a
feet.
lot.
And it just incorporates everything into it.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's just
Well,
so
the
much.
animation
will
was, the
fail.
animation was beautiful. I mean, you just sat there just like,
Absolutely.
what the heck is going on? Second of all, the storyline was just phenomenal.
Going through the different
Well, just the,
worlds.
like just the way that they even the ending of
The
it was
ending was-
yeah, it was just
wow.
so
I
it was
agree.
so clever.
I
It
just
was-
like the premise.
And I know
in
they also
general.
directed Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, which is kind of like the same thing. It was just so clever and it was just so well written and well directed that it's
Absolutely.
just it's. I'm glad that they're on for the second one.
I wonder if it's going to be a continuation or something completely different.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be interesting to see. Coming up to Christmas, I know we're talking about Christmas already. Jim Parsons, NBC has announced he's going to be the voice of Buddy the Elf, like
love
in a
that.
stop motion animation
love that.
short that they're going to have. So they're kind of going to go flashback in there.
And Jim Parsons is
That's
great.
interesting.
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
I just really enjoy him.
I'm kind of interested to see what they would do with it.
I do love Christmas.
It's a great
specials,
character
though.
too.
Yeah, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
All
they're
of them
kinda
are
just-
just-
they're
Everybody
going-
always gets excited for
Yeah,
that.
like you could be, I don't know, 50 or you could
the
be
Charlie
like
Brown
20.
specials.
You'd still love watching Christmas Day
Exactly.
stuff.
Well,
on
Elf is such a
Christmas Day.
big Christmas draw because I mean
Exactly.
they showed that movie in July. They showed it last July, and I'm
the
just
best.
like, it's. I think
Who doesn't love Buddy the Elf?
Yeah,
Honestly.
I think the audience is just the audience for it is there, and I think they're gonna get a hit. on that.
Exactly. A little box office news for everyone. The movie Ouija, which of course,
Amazingly.
you know, the Ouija board is very mystical, very spiritual, pretty scary. It won the weekend. It took in $20 million at the box office. And our boy Keanu Reeves, he did John Wick.
John Wick.
Very action-packed movie. That came in
Supposedly it's
second.
good.
$14.1 million, lots of explosions.
See, I feel
Lot
like
of
out
fun.
of these two, I would definitely want to see John Wick before I
Yeah.
see Ouija because
I
like
agree.
I don't like Ouija's like
I'm a
it
big
got like
action movie
a
guy.
4.3 or whatever
Yeah,
on IMDb, so it didn't really get a great rating.
Mm-hmm.
And I would never consciously go to a scary movie just for the scare. I'm not that kind of person.
Yeah.
If it's on,
Right.
I'll watch it. The Conjuring, probably my favorite horror movie.
Yeah.
but next
I agree.
story.
Our next story, the one that we've all been waiting for, there's going to be a new My Little Pony movie out in 2017.
We've been waiting for that.
I think
Everybody's
the first time that we
been
heard
waiting
that,
for
I think we both screamed like little girl, or all three of us screamed like little
I've been
girls.
waiting
So
for
It
this
should
movie
be
for 21
good.
years now.
A lot of action.
I really
Yeah.
hope Morgan.
I mean, honestly, I don't know what to
Morgan
expect.
Freeman's in it.
Ponies?
Yeah. He's the voice of the main pony, man.
The God Pony is Morgan Freeman. Liam Neeson's going to be in it.
It's
Put a BronyCon in?
exactly.
It's like Bob's Burgers, the Equestronauts. Oh
The
my
best.
I have to say, I'm really
Alright.
curious how it's going to turn out, though. You know, because it could be like I don't want to like watch it and then just hate on it from now. Because if it's actually
God.
great,
Yeah, it's gonna be like probably like a really
Honestly,
serious
there's
movie.
probably going to be a lot of love for it.
if there's a lot of drama
Yeah,
involved,
it
you
is
know,
popular.
deep down,
Some-
a lot of
It's gonna make
ponies
money,
on
serious
the
so
line.
we
stuff's
can't
gonna
laugh at it.
Exactly. Well, Evan Peters, who played Quicksilver in 20th Century Fox X-Men: Days of Future Past, may possibly be getting his own
Hopefully.
solo movie of Quicksilver, reprising his role,
Hopefully.
which could be very cool. I mean,
And
There's
for
a lot
those
of
of you who
potential.
don't remember, he's that guy that walked around the room and just stopped all the bullets. And
Yeah.
you loved him
That was,
for
like,
like
the
the
best-
10 minutes that he was in that movie.
That was definitely
He's
one of
kinda
the
the
best
man.
scenes in
Kinda
the
the
movie.
man.
and we all know him from American Horror Story.
Yeah.
great.
So yeah, he's
That'll be
pretty
interesting
solid.
to see where that goes.
Absolutely.
And then on a business side, AMC just bought 49.9% of the stake of BBC, which is the international company that would do like Sherlock, Doctor Who, and all
Is
that.
it British Broadcasting
Yep.
Company?
Yeah.
yep,
I think
exactly.
that's-
They do the news. They really do it all.
And that's
That's
big.
a good
200
business
million,
movie.
by the way, which is a big
AMC is just growing. Honestly.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
got
it's-
The Walking Dead. They did.
It is BBC America that they bought though. So
a
what do
lot.
they have in BBC America?
Well, BBC America,
Sherlock.
they broadcast like they'll show the seasons in Britain or the UK,
Yeah.
and then
And
they'll
then they
bring
bring
them
them
over
over
here.
here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's just interesting that people, you know, that a big company like AMC will look at that and say, this is
Make a
what,
move.
yeah, this is the future for that.
Absolutely.
So
And our final story, Cabin Fever, which was directed by Eli Roth in 2002, is actually getting a word-for-word remake. Eli Roth will be producing. So this is very interesting. I
Yeah,
mean, that was 2002. It's only 2014 right now, but I
yeah,
guess
it seems like he's been doing that because didn't he
revamping
do Evil? He did the Evil Dead
yeah,
too,
he's
didn't
done
he?
a lot.
Yeah,
He did Hostel.
oh, is it?
Sam Raimi did.
Oh, I
Sam
thought.
Raimi didn't
Oh,
do
I
that?
thought either.
But regardless,
Sam
like-
Raimi's great, by the way.
I get Eli Roth, Sam Raimi, and
I don't know,
Wes
just
Craven.
looking back at most of these movies that get like remakes from a previous
Sometimes
version.
they
Sometimes yeah they're good. Sometimes they're actually like, I
True
don't know.
Grit is one of my favorite remakes.
Yeah, that was
just
good.
True, but how many years
That's
later
well
did they
done.
do it?
Well, they're doing a word for
30.
word
Yeah.
remake, so it's like
It was
who
John
wants to go
Wayne.
out
Yeah.
Who wants to go out to a movie that's a word for
I
word
already know
So
what's
that's-
gonna happen.
I'm always
It
skeptical.
could be good, but
It's like Old Boy. Like, did you guys watch the American version?
Oh,
or
yeah.
Korean version or whatever?
I didn't actually see
Like-
it, but I heard it's really bad.
I heard Old Boy was amazing in the Korean version.
Oh my God.
But, well, that is our entertainment news for this week. Once again, my name is Gabe Cohen.
I'm Adam Murray.
I'm Kaan and
Right, and have
thank
a good
you
one.
for watching.
Stay
Have a good
tuned.
day.
Absolutely.
For scenes from our next episode.
Welcome back to ReelTV. First and foremost, we talked about Grand Budapest Hotel at the end of our last thing. Ralph Fiennes. I'm dumb.
He blanked on the name.
I blanked. But yeah, part 2. We're going to talk about foreign films and some blockbusters that came out over the summer. So.
Yeah, why don't you get us started on foreign films?
Oh yeah, foreign films. So, one really great one was called Ida. It was this Polish film. It takes place after World War II, and it's about this girl who she's in a monastery. That's what it's called, right? A monastery, and she it's a Catholic monastery, and she finds out through her aunt that she's Jewish, or her parents were Jewish. And it takes place a little bit after World War II, so it's just really good. The music's good. They use a lot of Mozart music in it. The performances are great. It's really
really
short.
interesting.
It's short. It's like about 80 minutes, but the
Oh.
story's really good. And I just thought the subject matter of it was really interesting. A lot about the relationships. And kind of I just thought the religious aspect of it was really interesting. Another really good one is a thriller. That's more of a drama. Thriller, it's called Borgman. And it's sort of about this mysterious stranger who sort of comes in to this family. And he sort of works his way into working for them. And it's the really best thing about it for me was the performances are absolutely gripping. I could not look away. They're super compelling. It's a very mysterious movie. It's kind of like a little bit in the line of Enemy and Under the Skin in that a lot of things aren't really clear, but I've only seen it once and I do want to watch it again. But really the performances are great. It's really entertaining. It's creepy as hell. It's creepy and I just thoroughly enjoyed it. I need to see it again though, because I'm not fully clear on a lot of things.
Sounds confusing.
But it's really not confusing as you watch it. Just a couple things that happen, I'm just a little like,
What was that?
wait a minute, what did I just watch? But great movie, Borgman. Summer movies. Did you see any like really great summer movies what did you think about?
I saw Fault in Our Stars, which I absolutely loved. I read the book actually on my last day of my second semester, and I was just like really depressed about leaving school, so I figured why not read Fault in Our Stars? So I read Fault in Our Stars, loved the book, loved the movie. I thought that they did a really good job in including what they needed to, and also like not including what they could leave out. And I thought it was really good, really moving. And I found that a lot of people I saw it with who didn't read the book liked it too, which meant that it did a really good job with that. I loved the characters. I thought that it was emotional in all the right places. And you saw it, right?
Mm-hmm. Did you think Ansel Elgort and Shailene Woodley, like how do you think they stacked up in comparison to the book characters?
I thought that they were good. I know like a lot of people didn't like them in it, but I thought that they were definitely like, I mean, I read the book knowing who was going to be in the movie, so I definitely had the picture of them as I was reading the book, but they definitely did live up to my vision, because that's, I mean, when I pictured, and I remember the scene of them like at the bone statue, like kind of like stands out to me, and like that was literally how I envisioned it in the movie, and it was just so, I was like, that's how I was picturing it, and like that's exactly what it was in the movie. And I thought that was really, really good. I liked that a lot.
Yeah, I really only had one complaint. I read the book also. I loved Ansel Elgort. I loved Shailene Woodley. I liked the story itself. It was really well shot. I think some of it, the only two really little things about it for me, great movie though, I love it. I think and this is like the most pedantic complaint, but I really wanted her to put the cigarettes inside the coffin and kiss him. And then I also thought a little bit of the dialogue that's really cute in the book just comes off
Wasn't
as
as-
so awkward when you say it. Like some
I
of the,
feel like a lot of it's like you have to read it in your head and hear it. You hear it in your
Yeah.
head and you think it one way, but then you see it.
Like, it's a little
and then
corny,
it's
but
like,
it's good.
yeah.
It was
No,
good.
it's corny, but I think it's definitely like they did much better job with it than I thought that.
So did I.
thought
It was so
gonna
much
hate
better
it.
than I thought it would be.
Right.
And actually, Laura Dern. I loved Laura Dern as the mother.
She
And,
was, she was really, really good.
also, Gone Girl, really quickly. I loved Gone Girl, another great adaptation. I absolutely love the book. I am obsessed with it. The movie was great. Ben Affleck and Rosamund Pike were amazing. The direction from Fincher was great. And Gillian Flynn wrote the script. And all the things I love about the script, she kept intact. Like the satire of marriage, the satire of media and their obsession. Loved it. The story, a lot of people have complaints about it. I think the story and the twists, I love everything about the story. And I know a lot of people think that the twists are almost too ridiculous and that it's misogynistic, but I think that the story, I just get so into it.
You really
I think
liked
it's
it.
thrilling. Loved it. And just the mood, the somber, bleak tone and the mood, it's all there from the book. And the score was great too. Really fantastic. I really want to see it again. I love the book, and the movie was just as good.
Good.
Not as good, but still good. Like, it's just so hard to do book to movie adaptations.
It is.
Those complaints are just always there, and they're always going to be there.
Yeah, well,
you know?
everyone always is going to have something to say. But
Exactly.
you know what? Why don't you talk about Planet of the Apes?
Oh, yeah. A couple, like, really quick lightning blockbuster round.
Yeah.
A lot of people have seen these movies, so that's kind of why we're putting them last. Because
Right.
obviously summer movies are the biggest movies of the year.
Right.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was amazing. I love the first one. Andy Serkis, who plays Caesar, he's the main ape. Wow. Talk about an incredible performance. The motion capture technology there was just incredible. And the thing I love about it really quickly is that I love that there's this war between the humans and the apes, but also on top of that, there's all this inner conflict with the apes themselves and all this inner conflict with the humans themselves. And it was an amazing blockbuster. Also really loved Edge of Tomorrow, which I kind of thought would be really bad, but Tom Cruise is great, and Emily Blunt. They have a lot of great chemistry and a lot of
They seem
great
like they've
banter.
really, yeah.
And the action, it's just this fresh take on, it's kind of like Groundhog Day meets the first half hour of Saving Private Ryan, but with aliens, and it's absolutely thrilling. And it never gets old. You know how movies that kind of repeat the same sequences, you would think it would get old?
Right.
It doesn't, and it finds really
That's
fresh ways
surprising.
to handle it.
Guardians?
Another great blockbuster, Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it's one of the highest grossing films of the year,
I would think so.
top 3 up
Yeah.
there, so not too much about it. Hilarious, great script, great performances. Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Vin Diesel, great all around. And really fresh, I keep saying fresh, but really like new take on like you would think it would be like Avengers is so good, but they
Right.
really, they are kind of like the outcasts of the Marvel world. And I love the reception that they've been getting in comparison to the Avengers.
Good.
Last but not least, wasn't there one last one?
22 Jump
Oh, 22 Jump Street, one of the best comedies of the year. If
I
not
thought it was hysterical.
the one where I laughed the most.
I completely agree. I thought it was so funny. I could not stop laughing, and I was scared because I absolutely loved the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, this is gonna ruin it. I really didn't think it was gonna be good, and I could not stop laughing. I thought it was really, really funny.
I think the best thing about it is that they are so in on their own joke in that like they're making a movie that is exactly
Yeah.
beat for beat just like the first one, but they make fun of that, and
Right.
they
do it in such a good way.
it's
Like
so
they know it.
self-referential, it totally makes fun of itself. And oh my gosh, the Ice Cube story with the daughter.
and Jonah Hill.
They have like the best bromance ever.
I love it.
Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum. But yeah, definitely check out those movies. That's it for us here on ReelTV. We hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks for
And
watching.
yeah, thanks for watching. I'm Connor Smith.
I'm Rachel Hine. See you next time.
Bye.
And I don't wanna let this go. I don't wanna lose control. I just wanna see the stars with you. And I don't wanna say goodbye. Someone tell me why. I just wanna see the stars with you.